I'm getting ready to share something slightly vulnerable. I don't normally do this, but I'm just gonna do it this morning. And this is why it's important to pray with your kids and make it a routine, like a constant. Not to be religious, right? But because the enemy tries to play tricks on your kids' minds and give them this anxiety. I'll just explain. I'll get into it. My daughter this morning, as I was dropping her off, my routine is, and this is just kind of one off because we have a different system. But anyway, basically, I was like, yo, put on my armor, right? And I'm like, Faith, did you put your armor on? She's like, yes. I'm like, that response was just kind of, now I get it as parents, we're like, oh, it's a typical teenager. Bro, that's not acceptable. Like, for me personally, I know the more I accept that, the more it's going to become a default for her. You know what I mean? And the reason why it's important to put on your armor, just so you know too, is because there's a lot of spiritual attacks. Long story short, since she was so frustrated, like it turned into like a whole like weird thing, right? I'm like, you know what, Faith, I'm just your father. I'm just trying to set standards for you as your father and lead you the right way. That's it. And so she probably get upset because I'm sharing this with you. But anyway, so lo and behold, I'm dropping her off and she forgets her backpack. Again, I'm dropping her off at a special event this morning. So again, this is why it's like kind of like a one-off situation. And so I dropped her off and she closed the door. She walked away and then I'm like, whatever. And I started driving away and I'm like, I hear this banging on the window. I'm like, yo, what's going on? She's like, I forgot, I can't bring my backpack in this event. I was like, see, because you're so focused on what you were doing and what you're getting ready to do that you missed it. You know what I mean? So that's why it's important in God's word when he says in Matthew, the book of Matthew, be anxious for nothing, prayer and supplication. So I said that to say, create standards for your kids. They'll eventually appreciate it later. They might give you pushback, but just be consistent as a father. That's part of your role. All right? God bless.